All right, perfect. Yeah, try to fix that. It was hard to. It was kind of bubbly, like you were underwater or
Yeah.
something. But no. While we wait for 1980 to get back, Zeke is inactive. All right, we got Zeke inactive. Fifth quarter Cowboys. I'll start with you first because me and you talk a lot off the field, and
Yeah.
what's your thoughts on this? His punishment is I
Well,
don't know what he did.
they said he threw a hissy fit because he found out he was going to be inactive. So they disciplined him by not now they won't let him travel with the team.
Oh, that what happened?
Yeah, he threw a hissy fit when he found out that it was Cook and Rico, and they say he threw a hissy fit, and his disciplinary is they not letting him travel with the team.
Damn.
Yeah,
Oh,
you can look it up. It's all over Twitter right now. He threw a fit because he was inactive, thinking found out he was third string, and they say he showed his ass, kind of like he did when he complained about not getting touches. They showed his ass. They say he cut up pretty bad, and they disciplined him, and they not letting him travel with the team.
that's crazy.
So
That's crazy.
yeah, it's all over the internet, bro. It's literally all over. So him. This just goes back to you know what was stated early on. He was only brought here to sell jerseys. He was brought here to sell number 15 jerseys. Jerry Jones, being a salesman he was, sat there and said he believed that Zeke can be a starter, and that's BS. He didn't believe that. He sat there with that same face and said in 2018 that we didn't need a number one receiver. And then what we did mid-season, gave up a first round for Amari Cooper. He just he didn't for 1 second believe Zeke could be a starter. They threw a hissy fit. They put him in the game, gave him more touches. He did nothing with it. Last week, your best running back, or was it week before last? Whenever Rico Dow was inactive, because they didn't want to make Zeke mad. So him being pacified this week, they told him he was inactive. He started to bitch, and now they won't even let him travel with the team. That's a discipline move. The man shouldn't even be on the team, bro. He shouldn't
Facts.
even be on. He shouldn't even be on this team. It made no sense to not ever bring him back. Everybody said the man still had some type of spark was straight crazy. Like you're out of your mind to even be on cruise control to say something like that. And I know we want to create hope because we want to see something. But man, if we ain't gonna never be real about this team, then we're gonna always be disappointed. Because every time we set unrealistic expectations for something that we know ain't gonna work. And this right here is another one of them because you had certain cowboy content creators on Twitter going crazy when Zeke get a little run here and there, knowing damn well it's not sustainable, knowing damn well that gas tank is empty, and he's definitely on that Earl Campbell railroad. Um, it's sad, man. It's sad, bro, that this is what it come to with this team, bro.
Mm,
That this what it come to with this team. It's sad. It's
mm.
really sad, bro. Like it makes no sense. But this be such a damn debacle that a guy you brought back can come in that store and raise hell because you petted him up, and now you want to discipline him. Oh, you can't go with the team. It don't matter. What doesn't matter? Look what you did. You let him come in there and bitch and gave him more touches. He didn't do nothing. You let your young guy be inactive just to keep him active. Oh, now you want to discipline him? The discipline and accountability comes before all of this shit so it won't happen. But we don't have that type of environment in his locker room, and then you get moments like this. It's not even about being inactive. He shouldn't even be on this damn team, bro.
That's true. That's damn true. That's fifth quarter Cowboys telling you how it is, serving up something proper. Danny Savage, and I'll go to G Hampton, the Cowboys champs next. Danny Savage.
Well, the
Zeke
way the
inactive.
genetic freak looks at it is, I find it kind of ironic. The millions upon millions in attorney's fees Jerry has spent fighting for Zeke over his entire career from day one to put him on the field. And now we're saying, oh, you're not going to be activated. Now now we're disciplining you. You're going to stay at home. Is he getting fined a game check, or is he going to sit on his couch and get paid tomorrow? What's the story?
Mm-hmm.
But this is just one of, in my opinion, just another bullshit story by Jerry Jones. Because is he being fined a game check or no?
I'm sure he will. I'm sure he's going to get hit with something if he's inactive.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure he will. Yeah.
I just find it odd. Jerry spent millions taking it in to all the highest of courts to get him on the field, and now we're just, we're not going to put him on the active list, man. I just find that odd, but
That's very.
he was brought back for one reason and one reason only: to sell the number 15 jersey, and all the idiots that I got to dumb myself down for to do a podcast for boredom. And then that's it. Now we really don't need him no more. No one's buying any Zeke jerseys now. And it was like you say, the same Twitter folks same guys who roll with Dak, they say Zeke doing a 3-yard run, and they're like, oh, it's the glory years. Zeke's back. It's a shame what they did. There was people on there today on Twitter machine saying it is a shame and a disgrace what's going on to Zeke. No, it's been a shame and a disgrace what the fan base has seen from Zeke since he's gotten paid. And I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. I'll get to fifth quarter after champ or 1980 after champs. Go ahead, G. Have to talk to us. Talk crazy to us about Zeke Elliott.
It's a bunch of BS, if you ask me. Bunch of BS, bro. This reminds me of As the World Turns. All my children, young and the restless.
Got it right.
Got the bold and the beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, this is where we are, man. It's just so much going on. But this is what you get when you want running back by committee. This is what you get when you do not draft a running back. So now you take all these thrift store running backs and trying to find you a running back out of the 3 that really, I don't even know if they're starters, but this is what we're talking about. Trying to find a number 1 running back out of the running backs we have, in which I don't think neither one of them is a number 1 running back. But this is where we are. We are witnessing the Dallas soap opera. That's what we're doing. And that's just my take. I mean, this, Jerry created all this. This is what he wants. So this is what we're getting. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Cowboys champs.
Hey, G. Hampton. About maybe 3 months ago, I did a video called I think it was The Young and the Dumb, based it on the Young and the Restless for the damn Cowboys. It didn't stick though, but Cowboys are nothing but a soap opera. You're right about that. This team is ridiculous. Now, my thing with Zeke, him tripping like that, he sounds like a man who blew through his money. And he tried to get every penny that he can get before the door really closes on his career. And plus, he wasn't doing crap anyway.
Right. No. Right. 1980, you there?
What's up, man, y'all? Am I good now? I think Jerry sabotaged my my audio. He's trying to get rid of me, man. He don't like to hear me talk. A lot of people don't like to hear 1980 talk. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. You're good.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Everybody try to set 1980 up. I think he kind of hacked in my system to try to get rid of me. I think that's what happened. Because nobody wants to hear 1980 talk for some reason. Yeah. They don't like my live streams. They don't like my videos. They don't like what I have to say. Because everything I've said in the I Think season is resurfaced, and that body has come up, and the body that they try to get rid of is floating back up to the river. Now everybody's tired. Now everybody's fed up. See, I was fed up years ago. Years ago. Now everybody's upset. Now when a couple of Hall of Famers get on here and talk and say all this stuff, oh, now everybody's tired. But when 1980 says it, oh man, you're going too far, man. You don't believe. You're not loyal. You're not this. You're not that. Oh, okay. So I just sit back, Yeah, I just sit back and relax. I don't give a damn about Zeke. No, I don't. I don't give a damn about the situation. I already knew what time it was, man.
Yeah, 100%. You guys are on the corner of Crazy and Cowboys. We got Danny Savage shooting the stream. We got G Hampton shooting it on
my.
Facebook and YouTube. Were you done 1980 or were you still going? There was just a real long pause there. My bad.
Nah, I was done. I mean, that's not even really. I mean, respect to you guys. I mean, I respect the topic and everything and the question, but uh, that stuff like that, man, is really irrelevant. Really, really irrelevant to me. So I don't know. I don't know what he's here for. The Cowboys. We're here to play football. We're here to watch a football game, and we still going through suspensions and all this stuff. It's college, high school stuff, man. It don't make sense. It ain't like we needed him anyway. He wasn't gonna do shit out on the field anyway. So we can move on.
All right, Retro Scotty, welcome to the corner of Crazy and Cowboys. How you been, brother?
I've been doing okay. Just working,
Oh my God.
been on the grind. Just surviving and having to realize the truth that is the 2024 season, a very wasted one. Let's just say that, right?
Wow, and there's another one. Okay.
How's everyone else doing? What's up, 1980 and everyone else?
What's going on, dog? You good?
Oh, I'm good. Just relaxing.
Yeah.
Not having much expectation for tomorrow's game because even if
there's that word again. There's that word again. Expectations. Wow. Okay. Go ahead.
But yeah, because even if the offense is somehow able to put up points, there's just no way in hell our defense is going to be able to stop Atlanta. Unless if we had the Parsons and even Bland, but even then that's not going to be a guarantee because of the way Mike Zimmer is running this defense and the defensive line.
Who is going to guard Kyle Pitts?
Nobody. Don't see Jordan Lewis. Hey, Champ backstage.
And he wanted to be a Cowboy. Remember Jerry Jones meeting with him so bad?
Yeah, that's
you don't
right.
think he's going to have a chip on his shoulder tomorrow?
Yeah.
If this team was a soap opera, it'd be As the Stomach Turns.
Damn.
That's what Jerry always wants to do. Tease like he's going to draft this player that he goes completely off script and goes against the grain pretty much.
I think that's going to be something to see, man, because we saw how poor. I mean, like I say, Donovan Wilson can play downhill, but when it comes to coverage, bro, and for Mike Zimmer not to make any adjustments, man, it just that was baffling, man. But yeah, it's gonna be. That's one of the things I'm going to see, and I guarantee you, Atlanta is going to take a page out of the 49ers playbook, and they're going if Donovan Wilson is lined up over him again. They're going to do the same thing. They're going to slide him across the field, dump the ball off here, probably turn it up. And they're going to keep doing it until they try to fix it. But Donovan Wilson is not the guy to try to cover a tight end. It's just not going to work.
Wasn't there supposed discussions of maybe, changing the safeties up?
They better, because Donald Wilson's garbage.
Yeah, in terms of coverage.
Oh, secondary is garbage.
Yeah,
I don't think they have anybody to make adjustments with. If you ask me,
Thank you.
And y'all,
there's nobody to make adjustments with.
And don't forget about Kirk Cousins want revenge on the Zimmer.
Man.
Oh yeah. I know he's 2-9 against us, but that easily could be changing tomorrow to 3-9.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest. Who do you think is worse? Do you think Mike Nolan is still worse, or Zimmer about the same?
Zimmer is probably. It's kind of hard to tell with your personnel. Zimmer is probably still an okay coach. I just think, like I just said, I don't think we have the talent. You got to have the talent to play the game too, and to have a chance. I'm pretty sure he's tried to make adjustments. I don't think he goes in the locker room and say, "Hey guys, I'm not going to make any adjustments. Everything is going okay. You guys are doing just fine. Just keep doing what you're doing. Okay, let's go back out there in the second half and get the job done." And I don't think that's the case. I think that he tries. I mean, he gets paid to make adjustments. All defensive coordinators are supposed to make adjustments, but you got to have the right players to make adjustments with. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink.
I mean, real quick, you could be the best coach in the world, but if you don't have the personnel, that's like putting a poodle versus a pit bull in a pit and see what comes out of it. So if you don't got the personnel, and I think putting Nolan's name and Zimmer in the same sentence, man, that's just like
that is.
I don't see any defensive coach helping with defense with the personnel we have as of now.
And you know,
Corner,
Zimmer.
what you think about Zeke, the whole Zeke situation?
His fat ass shouldn't have been here anyway.
You know what I heard? You know what I heard? I heard he was drunk or drinking or something, and they had to put him under disciplinary something. He wasn't Ezekiel Elliott.
He was low key faded.
That's what I heard. I don't know how true that is. That's just speculation. I don't know.
Fifth quarter said it was because they told him he was going to be inactive and he threw a fit.
Oh shit! See, it's different shit.
That's what they said on Twitter. They let him know he was going to be inactive. He showed his ass or something like that.
Really? Wow.
Maybe he was drunk when he showed his ass. Maybe
He thought he was at Diddy's party showing his ass. I don't care. I mean, that's what it
I think Zeke is upset because he didn't get to juggle Dak Prescott's balls. So that's what.
Wait a minute. This is talking crazy, not talking freaky.
I take highly offense to that because I don't think Dak has a set of balls.
Oh, Lord, be careful.
Yeah, you're right. He
ain't no genetic freak like me.
Dak,
be careful. Be careful talking about Dak. You know how they get. Be careful. Don't do it.
Balls. He should have been.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Boy.
Halloween got no heart.
They get real sissified behind that. Be careful, dog. Please be careful.
Not here, not our viewership.
How many more press conferences do we got to listen to?
You listen to those press conferences?
I gotta
play better.
Drive by shooting. Drive by shooting.
Why is this starting to remind me of Garrett's talk all over again? I gotta do better.
That's who he was. That's who he was trained by. He got the same. He has the same narrative as Jason Garrett when we talk about Dak Prescott. He has the same type of conversation.
What is that noise?
That's fifth quarter Cowboys phone. I sent him a private message, but he didn't see it.
I don't even have my phone.
Whatever you're using, it sounds like it's water's dropping.
Sounds like
I heard it
on the bottom of the pile after getting triple teamed.
That's not me.
Watch this. And it went away. Oh, yeah, it went away. Yeah, it's gone. It ain't doing it no more. So it was you fifth quarter.
Oh, Phil, you gonna let him
sit? Where are you at?
I'm not even doing that. I'm just sitting in front of my computer. I'm not even touching nothing.
Now you sound good. You sound good now.
Hey, Corner.
Yeah.
Corner, I got a question for you guys, man. Why do we have to listen to Jerry Jones on 105.3 The Fan? Why is it? I mean, it's starting to. Well, I've been knowing this, but Jerry is definitely the head coach. He is the head coach. I mean, we take our time to listen 30 to 45 minutes of him telling us about the players from the Cowboys. We don't hear this from Mike McCarthy. We hear this from the owner. And I got to the point, I don't even listen to Jerry Jones. I do not listen because, you know what? We're talking about a businessman trying to call shots for the coaches. If that makes sense.
Right.
You got businessmen making decisions which coaches should be making. And this is why we are right now today. When he said all in, this is what we're seeing.
Oh my God.
This is what we're seing. All in.
Oh my God.
And then we're talking about the last before season started. Then he said I was all in because we wanted to get Dak signed. We wanted to get CD signed. Come on, man.
Wow.
So,
go ahead, 1980. Preach on it, man. Talk crazy on that. Man.
Oh my God. that happened again. Deja vu. Wow. You know what? I'm gonna stop making videos. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna stop doing. Because I hear echoes. Yeah, I hear a lot of echoes. But anyway, I think the best solution to that is don't even listen. I just, I think I'm gonna just stop. I don't listen to press conferences. I turn it off. Win, lose, or draw. I don't. You can't. There's nothing you can tell me, especially all the bad decisions you've made throughout the years. Not just this year. We've been losing for a long time, almost 30 years. So I don't want people to think. I don't want fans to think, oh, well, it's just this year. No. It's not. This has been building up. You know, when you get in somebody's car and it's all trashy and fucked up, and then when you sit down, oh, excuse the mess. No, this has been here. Don't act like you just did this morning, motherfucker. This mess has been here. I can't stand that shit, man. Dirty cereal bowls all up under the seat and shit. But anyway, that's what this reminds me of. It's Jerry Jones, just this want for attention and credit that he just lusts for. And I think he realizes that a lot of Cowboy fans have finally caught wind and are tired of what he's saying. It doesn't make any sense. I really think he's losing his mind. He really just doesn't realize it. But my best medicine, my best antidote for that is just don't even listen. I mean, it just doesn't. It's not going to make any sense if you're not talking about how you're going to make the team better. Or letting somebody else step in and run your business for you. All you got to do is sign checks, man. Let somebody else. If it was me, if you run a bit, if I owned a business, I would hire somebody with the education, the experience, the know-how that I've been knowing for years to come in and run this business for me. So I can just sit back and be like, oh, okay, I may have some ideas here and there, but I'm gonna let this man or woman just sit there and run things. If they know better than me, if you really love your team and you really want to win, you would do what's best for your business. I'm just that's anybody. I think we can all agree to that, right?
Right.
That's what I would do. But he has such a hard time doing that he made himself, the general manager, which is it's just crazy. And he really thinks that he knows what he's doing. And all these years that he's been general manager, he's just been fucking up, and he doesn't want to own up to it. That's my thing. You got to put these guys on blast and threaten them with their jobs, and just because they're asking simple questions, they're just asking basic questions. If you're like I know y'all watched my live stream. Don't act like you didn't. Please don't act like you didn't. I know y'all watched my live stream the other day when I talked about Diggs. When his punk ass came back from outside, he went like a little girl and looked at his phone and want to confront that dude from Channel 8 and go ask him, hey, man, what happened on that play? I'm like, dude, you acting just like he got his players acting just like him. I'm like, it's like a brainwashing thing with Dallas Cowboy, the team. Is just like these people, we want to know there's a problem in Dallas. And it's really, really sickening right now. And we can see it. Everybody can see it. I don't think there are any delusional Cowboy fans out there anymore, like they want to call us. We can see it. We can feel it. We see it every week, and it's going downhill, week by week. And we're just asking you. We want to know what's going on with this team, and for you to get upset. For you to get upset because somebody's asking you basic questions, it just blows my mind, man. It really does. Like you don't want the media and stuff in the locker room now after y'all losing. But you want us back there when y'all winning? No. Keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. Because, like I said in my live stream, how about we just stop going to the games? How about I stop everybody in the fucking before they even walk in that bitch? And hey, don't go in there. We already know what's gonna happen. They're gonna lose. They're gonna try to come back in the second half and do something. We already know what's gonna happen. Hey, everybody go back home. And they play without us. Let's see how far they get. You get what I'm saying? I'm exaggerating or whatever, but I wish I could do that. I wish I had the power to do that, but I got power, but not the power to do that yet. But
yeah. What do you think, Fifth Court? Oh, let me make sure. Yeah. Wait. He unmuted. I muted it back. What do you think, Fifth?
Man, stop muting me, bro.
Well, you got to get away from the water faucet.
That ain't my damn shit. What the hell are we talking about?
You ain't paying attention, OG? Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I'm paying attention. 1980 was talking about different things.
Yeah, man, you know me. I go off. I don't fuck around.
It came off a G. Hampton question, though.
It was.
Yeah.
Do you guys listen to Jerry on press
Oh
conferences and stuff?
no,
Hell no.
no, I don't listen to nothing Jerry say, bro. Like, come on, man. At this point, like I told you, and I always reference this one fucking game, bro. And I know I sound like a broken record. Thanksgiving game 2017. We played the damn Chargers. Philip Rivers threw damn near 500 yards on us. They smoked us. And Jerry literally said, "Don't worry about the game. Go home and enjoy Thanksgiving." D Law literally said the same thing right after him. At that point right there, I knew what it was about. I knew it was a Broadway show. Come see the show, take your ass home. I knew then. When you get stomped and that's what you say as the owner, who shouldn't be saying shit anyway, then one of your star players who at the time wanted to get paid but couldn't keep a goddamn healthy back for 3 games, y'all gotta stay here and talk in my face, worried about the game, man. Go home and enjoy your family. And y'all let Phillip Rivers come in here, or older Phillip Rivers, let them throw them to 500 yards. And Jerry ran down there to make sure he instilled that in their head. He ran to the locker room and talked to them first, remember? Before he even talked to the media. He went in the locker room, closed the door. I hear that noise now.
Yeah, that's retro.
That's
That's not
retro.
me. Apologize.
No, that
Motherfucker.
it was a different noise. It was a different
No,
noise.
it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Son of a bitch. Anyways, um, so yeah, when that happened, I knew then I was like, yeah, I know what Jerry's about. Jerry's about making his money, bro. Think about it, bro. Like that's what it's all. Put it like this, Cowboys corner. Say for instance, you own a steel plant, right? And that's 5 more steel plants on the same road as yours. But every year they get awards for safety, no accidents, and always being productive on time. But you still make more money than all of them. You wouldn't give a fuck about them awards. You still the most financially profitable out of all of them. And that's how Jerry is. Fuck them Super Bowls, man. Don't no other sports team make more money than me. Man, you can take that Lombardi and put it up your ass. I don't care, man. I got them. I did that. I've been there, bro. At this point, it's about keeping the fans appeased. They wanted Dak. I gave them Dak. Someone wanted Zeke back. I did that. We got Lamb signed. I did that. Like this is what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
It's about doing
Yep.
what he got to do to keep those core fans
Yep.
that's gonna buy them tickets to come to that game that still want to wear that number 4 jersey. He
False
brought
hope.
Zeke because a lot of people wanted Zeke to retire there. That's why he did that.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't let Jason
Mm-hmm.
Witten go for a long time because of fans like your ass, Cowboy corner, who couldn't let Jason Witten go.
There
That's
was
what
nothing
Jerry.
wrong with him.
That's that's what Jerry do. He appease those fans. Me, you, everybody else that's sitting back here that don't go to them games, he don't give a shit about us. That's why he went off on that dude at that damn radio station. Because he hate being
Mm-hmm.
called out on his shit. Jerry has never done that. Jerry has always been calm. Shit is looking ugly now. That's why he just
Mm-hmm.
said on the radio station he didn't anticipate this rough ass start. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
It's always
Yeah.
like this.
Right.
It's always what you mean you didn't anticipate it. You know what roster you had before you damn season started. For God's sake, you had Ezekiel Elliott, man.
Sorry ass
You didn't
Cowboys.
improve shit. You didn't improve shit. And I
Oh
know
man.
I'm gonna say this real quick because I've been saying this shit for years. When Will McClay wanted to go to the Texans, we should have let his ass go. Overrated ass son of a bitch. Don't know how to pick nobody in the second round. Will McClay is overrated. Should have been gone a long time ago. Jerry should have paid him again to keep him. He ain't worth shit. The motherfucker hit every 5 years, and we act like he's a fucking draft guru when the draft guru is right here on this damn chat with us right now.
Boom.
Oh,
Like,
look at Phil.
every 5 years, Will McClay do something good. Other than that, man, it'd be it'd be terrible. Motherfucker go in the goddamn free agency and get somebody 35 years old and had 2 back surgeries and a gun charge and say he still got some left in the tank.
Mm.
Go get these old ass people, bring them in here. We draft terrible, and we act like Will McClay is some fucking draft guard or something. But see, Jerry
Mm.
likes to stick to that. That's why we won't get no young coach because it's not relatable to Jerry Jones. That's why we're not gonna get no young head coach in here. You will not see it because it is not relatable to him. He likes somebody that talk his language and understand him and gonna let him still be in charge. He's not gonna get no young guy that's gonna come in there and be able to take all the credit for being a damn good play caller. Man, come on, man. We know how
Mm.
this shit, bro. You can't listen to Jerry. Jerry runs this show. How he gonna continue to run this show, and this team gonna stay in this damn family. It's just that simple, bro. Like I don't pay attention to nothing that man say, though.
Mm-mm.
And I need my apology because it wasn't my bad.
But watch your windows, Viv. Watch your windows.
What do you think, Savage?
What is Jerry? 82? He's about
Let's
I
see
80.
tell you
now.
what he is. He's an old fart.
Old fart. He's
Let's
worrying
see now.
about what flavor ice cream he's going to get that day. Him and Maxie Bad are worrying about what flavor ice cream.
Mm.
As much of a psychopath as he is, and I've said this before, he would coach the team if the NFL allowed it. But let's be honest, he doesn't. He's a psychopath at this point in his age, and in the same sentence, he's brilliant because what he's doing is making his pockets fatter every single day. He's worth $13 billion. Dallas ain't won shit in 30 years, and they're the most valuable franchise in the NFL.
Mm.
He's doing something right, and
Is that what it is?
down to the fans. It starts with a spark, then a fire, and then that creates a revolution. Stop watching the games. Stop.
You
There's
can't.
only one way to hurt Jerry.
You can't say that.
Pocket. That's it.
You can't say that. Go Cowboys. The Cowboys gonna win tomorrow. What are y'all talking about? Nothing's wrong with the Cowboys.
I hear you.
Cowboys
Well,
champ.
nothing's wrong with Dak. Nothing's wrong with Jerry. Everything he says is right, spot on. Remember that. Go Cowboys.
What do you think, champs?
I said this a couple years ago. Jerry Jones is the ultimate attention whore.
Ooh.
Everything got to be about him.
Mm.
Remember when he first got rid of T.O.? He said that nobody's above a star. Well, Jerry thinks he is a star. Jerry thinks he sit right in the middle of the star. And that's the problem with billionaires who think whose egos are so fragile that they can't listen to anyone. Their attention whore has been the problem with this Cowboys for the past 30 years. And when he on the radio, it's like Jerry, what time it is? Well, the water is wet. Some stupid answers like that.
What?
No wonder why this team is in a predicament they're in right now.
Never heard him say that before.
Yeah. Just like when he was comparing the NFL contract with scholarships.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I tell you.
Yeah, I heard
like
that.
he would say he would say Dak Prescott he's worth 5 scholarships.
What was that? What was that? I was like, this dude is talking senile. I heard that.
He'll see now. He's Joe Biden of the owners, NFL.
He got dementia, 100%.
He kept saying,
Yeah.
Guys, I'm not senile.
What do you think, Retro Scotty?
he kept saying scholarships. I'm like, what the hell is he talking about? Scholarships. Oh shit.
What do you think, Retro?
I think I've said this before. Jerry is a narcissistic, media-seeking tension whore, pretty much, I guess you could say. It's all about yeah. No, he's not willing to take any accountability when things go wrong. But when things are going right, he wants to take the full credit for everything. You saw how he ran off Jimmy Johnson. I know we're going back 30-plus years. But then he decides he wants to hire a yes man. That's all Jerry wants is fucking yes man that will just obey his command. The only 2 coaches that didn't obey his command were Johnson and Parcells.
Dictator.
Yeah, more or less. But yeah, because he just wants control of everything. Narcissist doesn't want to admit any flaws or failings of any kind. It's just this. That's just who he is. He just believes that he can just say what he wants, do what he wants, threaten people, especially when we saw on that radio show. If I was the host, I would have told him to go fuck himself and say, I'm going to be honest. This is you made absolutely 0 moves this offseason. You absolutely knew what you were doing. I guess when you meant all in, you meant all in on your players. no making moves on free agency, not even attempting to make any kind of trades except for maybe the trade last season of Gilmore and Cooks, which they were pretty low picks, but for what you got of them at the time was pretty decent, but still. And thinking that Trey Lance was worth a fourth when in preseason he looked horrible and threw 5 interceptions in that final preseason game. Come on.
Yeah.
Why should we believe a word that you're going to say and oh yeah, you had no idea it was going to be rough. You knew exactly what you were doing. You just didn't want to fucking admit it. You just live in your own. You live in your own little world. That's what you live. If anything, if you had any real balls, Jerry, you would step the fuck down, fire yourself. You actually hire a real competent GM, and also you would actually. I don't know about Will McClay. Maybe he's hit on some players, but other players he hasn't. I think he should stop drafting players that are not exactly worth a fuck. Like in Michigan, like it seems like Mozzie's starting to almost be even worse than the taco pick.
Oh, that's true.
Straight bust. Taco Charles.
Absolutely.
When it comes to Jerry Jones, guys, when it comes to press conferences in general, I find myself, I don't listen to any player. I don't listen to Jerry Jones. Like I get in my Twitter and I follow Calvin Watkins, Clarence. I read the quotes, whatever they send out. I used to, I've been on this YouTube scene for over 10 years, and I used to, I can't wait for the news conference. Oh, I can't wait to hear what Romo has to say or what Dak I'm done with all that now. I just give me the little 1980 called me out 2 weeks ago because all I got all I got from the snip pick of Troy Aikman was hating on CeeDee Lamb. But 1980 said no, there was a lot more to that show. But I'm tired of investing more time in these Cowboys. I get on the Frisco Report. I'll get on Talking Crazy, Freaky Fridays, WTF Mondays, the Cowboy Up podcast, the Cowboy Huddle show. I get a lot of talking done on a lot of different shows. That's as much time as you're gonna get from me when it comes to these Cowboys. Jerry Jones doesn't say anything factual. He doesn't say anything football related. It's all what he's done. All these stupid little sayings and vasectomize the mosquito and all kinds of stupid shit. I don't got time to listen to that. If a headline tricks me, oh well. That's just what it boils down to now because I'm tired of investing 15 minutes here, 30 minutes there, waiting for the conference to go live and doing this. I'm going to put on my Spotify. I'm going to listen to some George Jones, and I'm going to go cruise and hang out with the family. That's what I'm going to do.
Hey, Cowboys corner, I got a question.
Yeah.
So, what are we going to do with Trey now?
Oh.
Anybody can answer that.
Well, it was a wasted 4th round pick.
Where's OG with this answer?
Thank you. We have to do
no.
a check on him or what?
Where the hell is OG at?
It was a wasted 4th round pick, man. I couldn't wait to see what he was about, but he wasn't about shit. So,
but what do we do with it? I mean, there was a reason we did what we did.
There was a reason why Jerry did what he did, and it didn't work.
It didn't work. So what are you going to do with Trey? We know he's not going to play. I mean, we just wasted 3 years of that guy. He could have, what are we doing here, man? What are we going to do with Trey right now? Now that we got Trey, what are we going to do?
Nothing.
Jerry's that billionaire. Like when you sneak and buy some without your wife knowing because you feel like you got a deal on it real quick that you just went on and did it. He's just that rich guy that just spending money. He just saw Trey Lance. Oh, young, let me get him. He just did it. He just did it. And even if he had plans to use him, I think the fans really pushed him into signing Dak again.
Jerry getting desperate.
I think he got desperate, and the fans pushed him into signing Prescott. Corner, what was that Dak said before he got signed?
He said that if both sides ain't talking, it shows a lot. It shows a lot.
Hey, Fit.
Jerry panicked.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Fit, what? I'm trying to figure out what fans pushed him into, because it wasn't none of us. What fans pushed Jerry Jones?
Well, we're the few real ones.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
I mean, I'm not. No. I'm not undermining what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing with you. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah. And then they asked him, and he said they asked him did he do it because of the fans, and he said yeah.
He said,
I
yeah.
don't
He
think
said, did
I
you
don't
sign? Did
I
you
don't
sign
think
Dak for
Jerry
the fans?
I don't think Jerry
What
had
the
any
fuck?
more confidence in Dak than he had in the
Oh
last
yeah.
3 years. I don't think Jerry signed Dak because he saw something last year that he didn't see the year prior or the year before that or before that. He saw no
So
type
he,
of elevation that made him say, you know what, we need to get him a second contract. No, I just think Jerry didn't want to deal with the hassle or try to find somebody else or hoping something else didn't work out. Because if you bring somebody else in or you start Trey Lance and it don't work out, now you're not looking like the smart guy that you think you are. So let me just go with I already have, and if he fuck up, then it's on him. But we
Yep.
can't say I brought in a new guy and it didn't work. So we can just stick with Dak and it is on him. But Jerry did say he did it. They asked him to do it because of
Wow.
the fan, and he said yeah.
so you give him $240 million on that?
And two and
Like
five
I could,
playoff record.
I'm in the wrong business. I need to try it again.
We have
If that's the
Dallas
case.
content creators.
Oh my god,
We
man,
have
this dude is off
content
the chain.
creators that
Oh
are
man.
saying it's a conspiracy by
Oh,
Jerry to make Dakota look bad. And they're going to get put on blast.
Oh, that's
They're
terrible.
going to get put on blast
Oh,
real fast.
Let me let me
So
let
I've
me
been
let me let me
playing
let
the
me
bad guy
let
my
me
whole life.
let me
It's a
say this.
conspiracy now.
yep,
come on,
Now it's a
come on.
now it's like JFK,
yep.
Yeah,
RFK,
yeah,
MLK,
yeah.
the moon landing. They're saying it's a conspiracy. I wish someone would pay me $240
So
million.
you give him $240 million. Wait a minute. You give him. I'm sorry, Fifth. You give him $240 million to prove a point. To prove a point.
That's bad
That's a
business.
lot of money.
two
That's
hundred
Bad,
thirty-one
that.
million dollars
that's bad
Doc, wait a
guaranteed.
business.
minute. That's a lot of money to
That's
be
bad
fucking
business.
around, and a lot of money you could be giving to other players that we need on this team to be. Dog,
But
That's
that's
bad
not a lot
business.
of money to Jerry Jones.
It's not even about the money. It's about the years that we're stuck with that dude. Go ahead, Fifth.
it's about the money to me.
That's true.
Shit, it's about the money to me.
He also said because I like to make this clear because you got a lot of fans out there that just hear one thing. I did a video last Monday and I talked about a lot of things wrong with this team, and they came in my comment with just blazing, calling me idiots, and I don't know nothing. Here's the
Oh,
thing. Here's the thing. Dak Prescott is the type of quarterback that pretty much needs everything to go perfect
Hmm.
on the field.
yeah.
Is Dak the worst quarterback in the league? No, he's not. He's a tough son of a bitch that knows how to play football. But so do every other quarterback know how to play football. You got to know how to win. You got to know how to win, man, and that's what it's about. Like it's more than just being physical on that field. It's a psychological thing, and he's easily psyched out when things aren't. It's the Cowboy way. It's like when the running game isn't working, we go away from it.
Mm.
One or two plays and we go away from it. Dak Prescott psyched out when he's in that cover two, and he like a deer in headlight. He don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a testament
Up
of what his
space.
Space Cowboy. That's just a testament of what his
Space
skill
cowboy in
level
the
is.
house.
See, that's when we get on here and we talk about what we see on that field.
Mm.
We
Don't
not
do it.
we talk about what we see on that field when it comes to Prescott. We just evaluating what he does in those moments that count.
Mm.
Telling me that he threw 282, 300 yards, two touchdowns. He's a quarterback. They're going to do that. I'm talking about when it's time to show why you got your second contract.
The
Do he
pressure.
prove that to you? When we in the playoff and you need your quarterback to step. Hey, listen. Sometimes in the playoff, sometimes in the Super Bowl, the defense can't do shit. There are times where defense didn't help their quarterback do nothing, and he had to go out there and get it done. Can your quarterback do that? When your receivers aren't getting open, can your quarterback figure something out? Can your quarterback scramble? Does he go to the coach and say, "Hey, I think this will work," or do he just be a company guy? That's
No.
that's what Prescott's problem is, man. It's nothing against him personally. I'm not just saying he trash. I think Dak is better than a few quarterbacks in the NFL. But I
A
also
few.
think Dak Prescott is one of the reasons we're being held back, along with Mike McCarthy and Jerry Jones still making a lot of calls, and this piss poor ass defense and drafting we've been doing. There are a lot of things wrong with this damn team. But I'm going to start with the guy at the front of the damn ship, and that's Dak Prescott. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that's one of the big problems. I'm gonna stop talking about Space Cowboy, man. And I ain't heard from that kid anymore. What's up, brother?
Space Cowboy Media in the building on the corner of Crazy and Cowboys. Talk to us, Space. How you been, brother?
Gentlemen,
Mm.
this team, I don't know what the hell's going on, but this has been one of the more
Yeah, you do.
soap opera-ish seasons. Can you guys hear me? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
we
hear
hear
you
you.
fine.
Where are
All
you?
right, cool. Sorry, I'm on my phone because my computer, I'm trying to fix one of the microphones. But I've never seen a situation where literally every part of this team is fundamentally broken. Like, on
Mm-hmm.
God, like from the front office to coaches to players. And
Cowboy.
I just think that one of the things that bothers me is it seems that no one wants to take accountability for their failures. Now, when I say that, like, it's one thing when you go out on a podium and you say, "Oh, I got to play better." I mean, no shit, you got to play better, right? But when we talk about accountability, you have your coaching staff talk about, "Oh, well, I really didn't want to do a running back by committee approach. I kind of wanted to get this." And it's like, okay. And then you have, I'm not sure if you guys talked about it tonight, the whole Zeke thing,
Yep.
where, okay, so he's inactive, and then you talk about how he's inactive for disciplinary reasons, but then you kind of find out, okay, was it because that he was going to be inactive and he threw a fit? Like, that's not a good look.
That's not.
And it's it's just, I've talked about this team so many times where it's about understanding the personnel you have and making decisions to make that work. Like, you guys are talking about Dak Prescott right now, right? Do I think that he is the alien that's going to carry? No, of course not, right? I don't think anybody's saying that. I'm not saying anyone here said that. But the part that bugs me is that you're making a decision to stick with him for the next, actually, if you're counting this season, 5 seasons, right? When you're making that investment, you have to recognize, okay, who is he as a quarterback, right? Okay, is he, like, what do I need to make him successful? And the problem is that when you see him not succeed, at his own fault, okay, well, what are you doing to change that, right? Okay, are you coaching him hard, right? Are you coddling him, right? Like, those are conversations that need to be had. And I think I said that on another video I had, because it's like, when we talk about accountability, again, that's the word I'm trying to harp on here. And I don't mean to dominate the conversation, but I think it's something that needs to be talked about. Is why, like, when he's out there and he's clearly struggling, and it's true, he is. Okay, so what are you, again, this is why it's a multi-layered issue with this team and why it's a failure. What are you doing to help him, right? What are you doing as a coach to tell him, dude, you can't be doing this, right? Is he not responding to that? And that goes for any player, too. I just want to be very clear on that. And same thing from a front office, because you elected to invest in this guy long term, right? And so, and I said it in a previous video, the reason they brought back Dak Prescott was because they did the same thing with Tony Romo, which was they felt comfortable with who they had. Whether you like Dak Prescott or not, I mean, if you want to invest in that, sure, I get you. But then you also have to do your due diligence, as they like to say, and properly construct the roster. But we know what they were going to do this year. We've heard it, guys. It's a soft rebuild. They're punting for the following year. And that's why they're not going to make any trades. That's why they even said, oh, we're going to go get not as many guys this year. But again, I don't want to dominate the conversation, because it's just, I was listening in, I was taking care of a couple things, and you guys are making some great points tonight. And I think that tomorrow, win or loss, I think we need to see the buy-in, right? We talk about the buy-in from a coach, right? Because I have said it on my channel it doesn't seem like they're buying into this Mike McCarthy thing. And I'm not, we talk about, okay, if you replace the coach, does that do anything? No, I'm not trying to be like that. But if you're a guy that's the CEO of the football operation, so to speak, like from a coaching perspective, and the players are not responding to that, like we kind of saw with Jason Garrett several years ago in 2019, this is why I'm feeling like it's the same type of season.
Yep.
The results aren't going to show on the football field. And that's on you as an ownership group. That's why I always circle back to Jerry and Steven to recognize that. Okay, what is going on? Why is this not working? And the problem is they're not going to do anything drastic, right? They're not going to go out there and be like, all right, you know what? We're going to go draft a quarterback so that Dak Prescott can feel some pressure. They're not going to do that, right? Complacency is the Cowboys' motto. Like, how they have a yearly motto every single year? This year, or not even this year, for 30 years, it's been complacency. They're okay with the results that they're seeing because people are going to watch. People are going to go to the games and whatever. I'm going to shut up. I'm sorry. Don't mean to go on for too long because, I want to hear from you guys. But yeah, I did want to talk about that because I think that's important.
It's amazing.
Space Cowboy spitting all fire, all facts. All right.
The truth. I'll set you
Oh yes. Would you say that Mike McCarthy's a dead man walking pretty much, Space?
Yes, I said it before the season began. He was.
Yep.
Because when you come off that playoff loss last year, and I don't care that I'm talking about it, it's true. You needed to make a fundamental decision that clearly something was broken. Okay, and you're saying you're okay with the results of what happened, and you've had 3 years where, think about it, guys. 2021, what was it? Oh, well, the players were nervous. In 2022, oh, well, we weren't prepared. And then in 2023, whether we want to talk about the wording or not from the players, you're hearing D-Law and some other players being like, we're tired.
Yeah.
That is a reflection on coaching.
It
right?
is.
Because when you hear about these other coaches across the NFL, even if they don't win the Super Bowl, right? Even if you just win a playoff game or two, you're not hearing them talking about, oh, the players were tired, or oh, I didn't do a good job. Like, to me, that's a fireable offense. Like, in 2021, I would argue that was a fireable offense. You could say that was a bit of a reactionary comment, but no, man. Like, you have data that shows that this is a problem, a real problem. And it's the same thing that it just, I don't know. Like, I'm getting deja vu. Like, as I go to bed at night, I'm like, this just seems like, it's like that Jason Garrett era, but like,
yeah.
And that goes back to the point of culture. I think I talked about it before. Is that
there's that word again, culture.
Yeah, right.
There it is.
But think about it, man. For the last 3 years, it's always something, and you're sitting there as a GM, and you're hearing your coach talk about your team like that. Oh, hell no. No. That's why I think and that's why I think that was a waste of time to bring him back. Because all you do is now, you know what's happening? Mike McCarthy is now worried about keeping his own job. Understand? I mean, hey, if your job's on the line, you're gonna do what you're gonna do to save your job. Of course, that's a human reaction. But that takes away from what you can do from the results on the football field, and that also, when you don't know what you're gonna do with your quarterback, some of your players, that also is an impact there. Indecisiveness in that is giving you these results. And that's where I get frustrated and why all of us are frustrated, right? Because it feels like you made the bed and you got to lie in it, Jerry. Mm-hmm. Point blank period. So, yeah.
So, do you think some fans in the Cowboys Zone forums have actually suggested that we should pursue Bill Belichick? Would that be a better situation or no?
Man, that dude ain't coming here, man. He is not coming here. He is not coming here. Belichick, if he's smart, he won't come here. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna get out of here, man. I appreciate y'all.
All right, 1980. Appreciate it.
Yeah, 1980. To answer your question, I just want to answer that. So the Cowboys, whenever they're looking for a head coach, they're going to hone in on who they want, and you're going to know. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's two names that you should keep, and whether you like it or not, these are going to be the two names you need to keep in mind. The first is the guy that's already on your roster right now or on your coaching staff. His name is Mike Zimmer. He has a lot of familiarity with the Jones family. He's been with the Cowboys in the 90s, early 2000s, etc. They like those types of coaches. They prefer that. That's why Jason Garrett got the job, right? So that's number one. Number two, okay, you want the hot shot head coach, right? I would love Ben Johnson from the Lions. I think he'd be a great fit for this organization in terms of his innovativeness on offense and building a team like from a Dan Campbell coaching tree. Like he knows what it, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna go get Kellen Moore if he doesn't. They will.
It's true.
That is where I get frustrated because they don't actively look at this, and I think like the fact that I'm hearing people like, okay, I'll be okay with no, like we had discussions about why we didn't want him here, and now you want to bring him back as a head coach. And I'm not trying to say that Kellen's stupid. I'm pretty sure he knows a lot more than football than I do, but the problem is you would rather go with what you know than try something different, whether it's a coach in the college ranks, whether it's a Ben Johnson or a character like that. If you bring in a Bill Belichick, does he know how to build a culture? Sure, but the problem is he has to be willing to work under Jerry, and we saw that. You saw that with Bill Parcells, right? I'm not trying to equate Bill Belichick to Bill Parcells, but in the sense of if you can let him do his thing, sure. But that's the problem is you could say that about any coach. So
true.
I was also gonna say maybe we should get a coach from the Shanahan tree or something like that. That'd be good.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that or the Andy Reid tree. I've been a fan of both.
Yeah.
But again, they hone in on guys they already want. And that's why like when we talk about how they're gonna operate next year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Theoretically, you can build a window of contention in the next 3 years. Okay, you can open up a ton of money if you really want to go all out because we got to factor in, okay, your quarterback's going to be 32 next year and he's not going to get any younger. Like we're getting to that stage where you're in the 2011 to 2013 Cowboys, so to speak, where you can build a team, but it's, again, top down, right? That's where if you don't do anything, it's not going to get you any different results, right? Think about it. We've had conversations about which seed we should get. Is it better we just play everybody? And think about it. I want you to think about this. The Cowboys have had every seed since the last championship, okay? They've had seeds 1 through 6. They haven't had 7 because it just recently started. And none of which resulted in a championship. So that's where I'm kind of like, okay, what do you need to do differently, right? Because last time I checked, your GM thinks he could do it better than anybody else. You have a head coach that clearly is more focused on keeping his job than putting good, results on the football field. And then you have your top-heavy roster with players that aren't performing well. And that's what the fact that this team is 3-4 is astounding. Honestly, I thought this team, with how they performed, should be 1-6, 1-7. Honestly, if you think about it, they are literally a Dak Prescott drive away in Pittsburgh. Them nearly fumbling that game away. Whether you want to talk about it or not, that Giants game, if Daniel Jones isn't a complete terrible quarterback, they should have lost that game. And I'm not trying to downplay. I'm just trying to give you guys the truth. Like, think about it. That one game versus Cleveland was the only clean game you played all year.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I hate to come in here and dominate the conversation, but you know what I mean? It's just frustrating.
You got stripes on the wall space to do that. You're all right.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone wants to check Bill Belichick's draft room on draft day, it's him in a room with Bill Kraft, or Mr. Kraft, the owner.
Robert Kraft.
Yeah. And it's Bill Belichick and his laptop. and he's making all the picks. There's not 30 people in the room. There's not cameras. There's not cheerleaders. There's not everybody high
If there's
fiving
not
each
cameras,
other.
how do you know he's doing that?
I'm talking about 1 million cameras that Dallas actually Dallas was the first team who started the cameras in the draft room, in the war room. They've done documentaries about it. There's 90 people handshaking each other. They should be grabbing each other's balls. That's the handshake in the Boy Scouts.
Talking crazy, not talking freaky.
You know what I'm saying, man? Jerry Jones will never allow him and a room and Belichick and a laptop. Unless Belichick just becomes a yes man and puts in his contracts, he gets to date some of the cheerleaders.
I have a question. Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. I got a question for Space Cowboy. At what point during the offseason that you knew or had a feeling that this team was going to suck?
You ready
My
for this?
moment was when they didn't draft a running back, nor did they pick up a running back, and they didn't do the issue of fixing up their defensive tackle position.
For me, I got to look back at my videos and my tweets. I'm pretty sure I said that the minute they said they were bringing back Mike McCarthy. And the reason I believe I said that was when I was in a space, I made it a clear point that you needed to make a decision on what you wanted to do. I'm a fan. I'm going to follow the team. Whatever. But from a football building, you're building your roster. With how that game went, I was not going to be like, go get Dan Quinn, promote. No, fuck that, honestly. Because to me, that doesn't make any sense considering that your defense literally basically just got ran over because he was more interested in a job interview than focusing for a playoff game. But to Mike McCarthy, you needed to make a decision. Okay, am I okay with bringing this guy back for, let's just say, 4 more seasons, or do I need to let him go? The fact that you sat there as the general manager, Jerry, and you were like, well, we'll see how this goes. And then you deliberately, and this is why I knew this was going to fail, because they were not going to get him any new players outside of a 1-year deal to come in here and fix this team. Sure, they're going to go and draft their players, but screw that, right? Because the fact that you did that and you're in essence sabotaging and giving an excuse to say, okay, we're not going to extend your contract, right? And that's where I felt this team failed. And I knew it from the get-go. Because when you're bringing back a coach, you're not willing to decide, okay, am I going to extend my quarterback or am I going to let him play this out? I'm not sure if I'm going to extend my wide receiver because I don't know if I'm going to have the same quarterback here. That all plays into that. And that's why I felt at that point in time this season was cooked. And when and not from the, like, I think I said that this team had a capability of winning 11 games, and I had them at 4-3 at this point. Now they're like a game behind. Okay, so they're a game behind schedule, but I knew they were going to struggle this year from that point. To answer your question.
Yeah, 100%. Jay Hampton, you're about to go here in just a minute. Space Cowboy mentioned the Twitter space or the X space, whatever you want to call it. Big shout out to Space and your guy, Nix. You guys go follow him. Tune into those Twitter spaces. They're actually very informative, very cool. Thanks for mentioning that to remind me. Your guy, Nix, on Twitter, and Space Cowboy Media there on Twitter. Follow that, all those spaces. Great content over there. Go ahead, G. Hampton.
I agree with Space Cowboy. And I say this too. I knew that we were in trouble when we decided to go with Mike McCarthy, but I do feel that it's possible that if we lose on tomorrow, that in order for Jerry to have a scapegoat, it would probably be Mike McCarthy. And I say that to say you can put Mike Zimmer in position to head this team up to put a little bit more accountability on this offensive side, the team in general, because there's no accountability whatsoever with this team, whatsoever. Guys on offense, we come out, there's a penalty. Then we go get there's a sack. But all this takes place, and then the offense just comes to the sideline, and no one says anything, and it's just an ongoing problem. So I want to say this as well. I really don't think Dak Prescott and Mike McCarthy goes together. And I say that because I think Dak is a player that's being paid like a Tom Brady, like a Peyton Manning. These two individuals at the moment with the pay that he's making. But Dak to me is a quarterback that has to be coached. He can't make those decisions. I don't know if it's his IQ when he's on the field, being able
It's
to
the
read
IQ.
the defense. But I'm
Gotta
gonna say
dumb it
this:
down.
for $240 million, Dak Prescott has the golden key. He has the golden key to say, Jerry Jones, this is not working. He has the golden key to say, no, Mike McCarthy, we're not running that play. He has the golden key to say, CD, if you got a problem the way we're running this, go sit your butt on the bench and I'll get somebody else. Because Dak is not going anywhere. Dak is going to be here, but Dak is going to have to grow some balls, and he's going to stand on business and be more vocal. But if it's not in you, it's just not in you. But and I hear you, Savage. But I just don't think Mike McCarthy and Dak they don't mesh well together. Go ahead,
G.
Savage.
Hampton, I agree with you 1010%. But all men are not cut from the same cloth. If someone was paying you $240 million, are you really going to question them? Yeah, Dak's a yes man.
Yeah, he is.
He's just going to shut his mouth and go out there and then give the same stupid, I got to play better after every loss and laugh all the way at the bank.
No, 100%. You guys are listening to Talking Crazy on the Corner of Crazy and Cowboys. We got Savage in here, G. Hampton, Cowboy Up. Excuse me, the Cowboy Huddle podcast. We also got Space Cowboy Media here, Cowboys Champs and Retro Scotty. But no, guys, hey, we're gonna move into final thoughts here. We've been live for almost 2 hours here. So, G. Hampton, wrap it up for me, man. What's going on with these Cowboys Falcons, man? Give us your final thoughts where we can find you and stuff like that.
Well, number one, guys, you got to remember we play at 12 o'clock for whatever reason.
And time change. We got time change.
Beg your pardon?
We got a time change. We're following back.
Okay, but it's still an early game, right?
Yeah, but you're gonna miss the game if you don't turn your clocks back.
Well, yeah. Okay, so let me just put it like this: we play an early game, and if you guys are big fans of the Cowboys, you know we do not play well in the early games. I don't know if the team stays out on, and they are at the ATL, so they don't give a damn.
Bingo.
Yeah, I mean, you heard Michael Parson and Trayvon Diggs sit up there and call out 10 quarterbacks and then call out their own quarterback. They don't give a damn. They're out there turning up at the strip club, doing their thing, and they're going to show up in the game tomorrow. But so I hate to say it, I do not see us winning tomorrow. I do not see us winning tomorrow because we had 10 days to prepare for Detroit. And what did we do? We had 10 days to prepare for the 49ers. And what did we do? You mean to tell me we're going to do something different within 4 or 5 days to play against these Atlanta Falcons? And we're going to do something different? I don't think so. So, again, my strategy to this game for tomorrow is basically our best defense is going to be our offense. Keep their offense off the field. Just move the chain. Just move the chain. Get your first down. Do not, and whatever you do not decide to take the ball on the coin toss. Do not. This offense is not good enough to say we want the damn ball. No, you
But they're not good enough to play from behind either.
You defer. But again, my strategy is you run the ball. You have to force the ball. And guys, is there a problem with using Hunter Luke as a lead back to get 3 or 4 yards? Is that a problem? I mean, it's elementary, guys. But again, this is something that starts with Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy, make adjustment. But if you do not create a running game to allow them to bring another man down in the box, it's going to be a long day for that. But again, the running game will probably be our best bet to create the passing game. Again, slow the game down, time management, keep their offense off the field, and go and score points. Now, the score that I'm going to say, 31-17 Falcons. I'm sorry.
Woo! That's G. Hampton from the Cowboy Huddle podcast. You got Brando shared the link. Make sure you click on that. Subscribe to my guy there. Great dude. Savage, your turn.
Let's see. First of all, everyone can find me, Danny Savage, Draft Guru, on YouTube. I'm at 406 players already. I'll be at 800 players by April the 1st. Also, Danny Savage, Draft Guru, on Twitter. As of tomorrow, you're going to see the Atlanta Falcons come out, and all they're going to do is run down Dallas's throat. All they do is rotate Bijan and Algier, and they have a fresh back the entire game. And they have two bruisers at running back, and they're just both. They're going to come down, and they're going to come down and run down our throats. So normally, Dallas is a hot team on the road. So normally, I would give Dallas a 50% chance of winning tomorrow. 50% and 3/3 chance of winning. But now we have no Micah Parsons tomorrow. So we have to break it down. And now I give Dallas a 43rd and 3/3 chance of winning tomorrow. But now, no Brandon Carr. So I give Dallas a 38 and 2/3 chance of winning tomorrow. And now that we have Diggs with a torn calf, I'm giving Dallas a 31st and 4/3 chance of winning tomorrow. And now the fact that Bijan Robinson is going to run down our throats because MaxiPad, that all our Cowboy content creators loved, is 132nd ranked defensive tackle in the NFL. Like I said, he sucked. I'm going to give Dallas a 25 and 6/3 chance of winning tomorrow. And the score is going to be 38-21. 38 Atlanta, Dallas 21.
So you're telling me there's a chance. Retro Scotty's final thoughts.
About the game tomorrow, pretty much.
Yeah, just close it up for me. What you got?
Well, sometimes you can say that maybe there is a chance, but that's a very, very slim chance that we will even win. And I can actually pretty much agree with the predictions of it being like 38-21 Falcons, because they have a pretty damn good offense. Our defense is not healthy because Diggs is questionable with that calf tear. I mean, no Micah Parsons, no DeRon Bland. I mean, other than the veteran Jordan Lewis, who do you really have covering? I mean, we all know that Donovan Wilson can't cover worth a shit, and he's pretty much on the rocks. There's a possibility he could get benched, but who knows? You know, the coaches are not gonna do that. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't, or if they did bench him, it'd be probably too little, too late, because, like I said before, it's all about the status quo. It's all about being yes man to Jerry. Yes sir, let's do this. Let's go out there and just play and just we'll give it a best. We'll give it a shot. We gave it our effort, but in the end, we just couldn't do it. You know, that type of attitude and demeanor. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know what else to really say, but
No, you're good. You're good.
What's your score?
What's my score? I could see it being like a 41-27 type of game, you know.
Yeah, it could be. Cowboys champs. Final thoughts, brother? You're on mute.
Get off mute.
Okay. Sorry about that. Like I told you, the Cowboys have 4 games where they ran less than 70 yards and gave up 150 yards. I don't see that changing. If now, I'm always saying, like, if the Cowboys will concentrate and try to run the ball with Cook and Rico, yes, they have a strong chance to competing and maybe have a chance to upset the Falcons if you can keep the Cowboy defense off the field. Now, like I was telling Savage last week, if I was the defense coordinator with the defense, especially with the talent that we have, Blitz, blitz, blitz. Live by the blitz, die by the blitz. But the key word was this team do not have is accountability. They don't. So I'm predicting 47-13 Falcons.
Okay. Space Cowboy Media. Final thoughts.
This is a game that reminds me a lot of not just something that happened this year, which was Pittsburgh, right? The team's battered and bruised to hell. They're not expected to go out on the road and win. But knowing typical Cowboys, they like to keep things interesting. They like to make it seem like, okay, we're going to wait till the very end to figure out what the hell's going to happen. I do think that Dallas is actually going to win this game tomorrow. It ain't going to be pretty, I'll say that. But they do a good job playing against Kirk Cousins. That is known statistically. That I believe the last time they lost to him was 2019. I could be wrong, but
no, you're right. It was.
Yeah. So they do play well against Kirk Cousins, which is a plus. The problem, you're literally playing the fucking the practice squad basically on your defense. But no, I think that the one thing that does concern me is the run game, specifically on defense. I'm talking about because Bijan Robinson and also Tyler Algier, I believe, still in the backfield. They are going to, if you let them, run rampant. But I think that offensively, one of the things that you can try to do, and I hope they can do, is you need to allow your defense to breathe. Don't try to make Dak Prescott play a hero ball. He should not be trying to do that, or don't get him in the mindset to do that. That's on your coach to do that. Hence why you want to run the ball so that he can set. And also, don't be afraid to run up tempo. I think that one of the things that the Cowboys do successfully, if there's any bright spots to the season, is they run up tempo extremely well. And I think that that helps get your quarterback into a rhythm. I mean, you got to do something at least. Try. I think that they take care of business in this game by a final score of, let's just say, I'm going to say 24-20. I think that they take care of that. But at the end of the day, it is on players, these coaches. But more importantly, you got to also remember that trade deadline's a couple days after that. So I'm not saying they're going to make a move. I'm actually on record saying they're not. But that doesn't mean just add a player. You can remove a player. Like, if you lose this game, don't be afraid if you feel like you're not – like, here's a good example. I want you guys to think about this, right? You have a guy that maybe you're probably not going to pay or maybe pay, depending on what your next team's defensive coordinator is. And the guy I'm referencing is Musa Odighizuwa. I like him. I think that he's a great for what you're asking him to do. Like, he's doing fantastic for you. But – depending on who your next defensive coordinator is going to be, if you would like to move on from Mike McCarthy, I think that you need to also look at opportunities at selling at the deadline. So I think that if they lose the game and go to 3-5, I don't see them trading a first-round pick for a wide receiver to try and save the season, right? Because it isn't like that. But look, I think that we're going to have this weird thing where they're going to go out and we're going to be ugly, and then you know what's going to happen? Everything that happened with all the negativity, it's going to be swept under the rug for a little bit until they go out and they lose again against the division rival or something. So that's my final thoughts on that.
Yeah, thank you, Space, for coming in here, guys. Savage, Scott Steiner, G. Hampton, 1980, fifth quarter Cowboys, Retro Scotty, Cowboys champ, Space Cowboy Media. I appreciate you guys coming in and talking crazy on the corner of Crazy and Cowboys. Mike with the super chats and the best moderator in the game, Brando. Thanks for doing it. My boy Cowboys Blog is in here also watching. The host of the Frisco Report. You guys go to thefriscoreport.com. Listen to it on any podcast available. That's iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, the Frisco Report. That's where you can find that, where we drop it every Tuesday. My final thoughts here is they did a surprise sickness with Rico Dowdle. All right. I need a surprise sickness for Brandon Aubrey. I need Brandon Aubrey to be inactive.
Wow.
I need to force the Cowboys offense to score points. we've had almost 20 drives where we had to settle for field goals because we're relying on this damn kicker too much. I need Brandon Aubrey sick. I need him inactive, and I need this offense to forcibly go score some damn points. Period. Because we don't help our offense out. We're always going 3 and out. These guys are gassed. They're the only side of the ball outside of Brandon Aubrey showing any heart. And our offense goes out there and stinks it up. Brandon Aubrey, I want you to be sick, buddy. Get the flu. Say you got the cacas. Make yourself inactive. And let's make this offense go score some points. Now, Space Cowboy, you're not the only one that has us winning. I said this on the Frisco Report. I have us winning as well. My score, 35-38. 35-38. It's going to be a high. Their defense is ranked 18th. They're not the best defense in the world. We got CeeDee Lamb. Dak could throw the ball. And Dalvin Cook is going to show you why I wanted him on this team. All right? Dalvin Cook's about to be a monster. Rico Dowd is going to play with some revenge. And we're going to go in ATL, and we're going to go win this thing.
Yeah, I want to believe that too. I mean, if they here's the thing: if they run a no huddle offense, I think Dak could do well in that. But I also want, for once, if the Cowboys win the toss, Mike needs to defer for once and not always be so aggressive and thinking, oh, we're gonna get this first drive, and then we just stumble and get nowhere, get like a first down, then go 3 and out the next drive.
Thank you, Retro Scotty. I've been saying Dallas should run a no huddle with Dak for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
And I've been saying do a hurry up type offense as well.
I'm going to say this and I'm going to get out. I think you know what they should do? If they really want to have some fun, if they really want to start entertaining me, have Dak Prescott call all the plays. I don't give a shit.
It'll be a disaster.
I'm saying this. Dude, if Mike McCarthy ain't cutting it like how they did it in the preseason, I know I'm joking, but I just want to say, bro, do something, man. Do something to make him comfortable. I don't give a shit if he throws the ball 70 times. Do something. Make this offense work, man. Whatever you got to do to make it work, make it work. That's all I'm going to say.
Make Brandon Aubrey inactive and go make your offense score points.
Make the offense great again.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of that, you guys go vote Monday, Tuesday.
I already voted. I did my early voting, so it's all good.
Go vote. Are you in the Cowboys corner? Cowboy Nation. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.